What is the ghost in our machine? There's something inside all of us, something ancient, irrational, unstoppable. It's the same force that drives the predator to kill, the artist to create, and the lover to obsess. Schopenhauer called it the will, the blind, striving force underlying all existence. And once you grasp the pattern, you start seeing it everywhere. We believe we are the authors, writing the story of our lives with purpose and reason. The terrifying truth is that we are just the narrators, frantically composing a monologue for a plot that was already written by a force beyond our comprehension. The truth is, we're being puppeteered. Beneath the surface of our logic and plans, there's a blind, insatiable, primal current, the will to live. It's a cosmic hunger that uses you as its vehicle. Your intellect isn't the pilot, it's the navigator, desperately trying to chart a course for a driver who is deaf, blind, and only has 3 commands: acquire, consume, crave. Life becomes a brutal pendulum. You swing between the agony of lack, the sharp pain of wanting what you don't have, and the agony of satisfaction, the hollow, quiet dread that sets in once you acquire whatever you were yearning for. The promotion, the relationship, the new possession, the thrill lasts for a heartbeat before it curdles into boredom, and the cycle begins again with a new desire. Schopenhauer looked at this rigged game and uttered a truth that cuts deep into the bone. Life is a business that does not cover its costs. We are born into a contract we didn't sign, forced to play a game designed for us to lose. That wave of relief when a huge stress is over, that's not a new joy being created. It's the weight of an old agony being lifted. The joy of a promotion is the relief from anxiety of being stuck in your old position. The peace you feel is simply the ceasefire in a war you're so used to because you've forgotten the sound of silence. Our minds are wired to be the will's accomplice. You will solve a major life crisis, only to have a minor inconvenience, a slow internet connection, sitting in traffic, a meaningless tense exchange with a coworker swell up to become the new central drama of your existence. We are prisoners of a psyche that magnifies pain and ignores peace. So, is there a way out? Schopenhauer, the ultimate realist, offers only a few fragile life rafts. When you are completely absorbed in a piece of music, a painting, or the sight of a stormy sea, something miraculous happens. The constant nagging monologue of I want, I need, I must have just stops. You are no longer a hungry creature. You become a witness, an observer. For a few minutes, you simply are. The second is the harder path, the path of the ascetic. It's the conscious, radical decision to stop feeding the beast, to look the will in the eye and see its demands for what they are. Not needs, but an endless hunger to say no again and again until the noise begins to fade. This isn't about finding happiness. It's about finding the peace that comes from no longer wanting. It's peace through surrender, not to the will, but to the fact that the game is rigged. And in that acceptance lies the ultimate rebellion, to simply stop playing, to let the raging current flow angrily past you as you stand unwavering at the docks. Although, this is not a practical solution, but a stark reminder of the prison we inhabit, a glimpse of a freedom so absolute it borders the annihilation of all that makes us human, all that we desire, all that we need. But the most profound and revolutionary path is the third. You see, here Schopenhauer gives us a stunning twist. The same will that tortures you is the exact same will that tortures everyone else. The person you envy, the person you despise, the person you love, they are all prisoners of the same frantic, suffering energy. Their inner world is just as haunted as yours. When this truth moves from an idea in your head to a feeling in your bones, something shifts. Real compassion awakens. Not pity, but a gut-level recognition. Your pain and my pain are in a cosmic sense the same pain. We are not just feeling for each other. We are fundamentally the same thing. See, when you act from that place, you are staging a rebellion. You are defying the will's core command, which is selfishness. In helping another, you are alleviating a fragment of the universal suffering that the will itself creates. Think of the will as a monster that is constantly sinking its teeth into its own flesh. Every act of cruelty is another bite. Every act of compassion is a hand gently prying its jaws open. It is a deliberate and meaningful act of sabotage against the circuitry itself and its most fundamental symptom, suffering. If we can't kill the will, to live is to feel its weight. But Schopenhauer's gift is the power of clear sight. To see the trap is the first step in learning how to move within it. We can find moments of grace and beauty. We can redirect the will's chaotic energy into a purpose so vast it gives the struggle meaning. And we can choose every day to look at another person and not see a competitor, but a fellow captive of the same long, difficult road. In seeing your own struggle reflected in another's eyes, for a moment, the weight of existence is no longer yours alone. The weight is lightened, shared across the shoulders of many. For years, I was exhausting myself trying to find the secret path where this heavy load of deep desire would disappear. Once you stop fighting that, everything changes. And that's where the real freedom is. The only relief comes from seeing the same struggle in the person next to you, not in giving advice or fixing them, but in the quiet recognition that says, I know, me too. In that moment, your private burden becomes a shared one. And that's where the real freedom is. It's not in winning, it's in finally understanding the game. When you know the rules, you can stop playing so desperately. You can stop chasing the next thing that promises to fill the hole and just learn to live with the abyss. Schopenhauer's analysis doesn't give a happy ending. It gives you something better. It turns the endless, lonely pursuit of happiness into a manageable, shared project of bearing the weight together. And that turns out is enough.